Nothing on it?
They're not all the same length.
Yeah, the sides are not all the same length. So the number of sides, okay, maybe it's a 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the number of sides, please stop wheeling around that dang chair. The sides are different. So no sides the same. Okay, and I should have wrote somewhere else. But what about an isosceles?
2 sides are the same length.
2 sides same. And then for an equilateral, we got 3 sides.
All same length.
Same. Okay, and so what they did, they gave us vertices. A vertice is when we look on a graph, okay, and it, like a coordinate system, and they give us these 3 points, and really you could like make the triangle, and they want you to figure out what is the length of this one, and this one, and go ahead and then tell us, is it a scalene, isosceles, or equilateral? Okay, you will absolutely need a calculator today. You can either use the Decimals graphing calculator or one of mine, but the regular plain Jane calculator on your phone is not going to work today. Okay, just because at least this, you can type it all in one line and then hit equals and it'll do all the math for you. Okay, and you'll see what I'm talking about, but do not try to use your calculator on your phone. It's not going to work. Okay, so the vertices of the triangle are, we have A, B, and C. Okay, and I think I did them all A, B, and C very specifically to keep the work at a bare minimum for you. Huh? They're right here.
Oh, okay.
A, B, and C, A, B, and C, A, B, and C. Okay, so we have to use the distance formula in order for us to figure this out, okay? And so on all of these, you're going to have, we do AB is going to be one side. Okay, we're also going to have BC and CA. Those are the 3 sides of a triangle. It's always going to be that AB, BC, CA. Okay, and then somewhere on your sheet over here or somewhere you need to write this formula. Okay, it is a square root x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. That is the distance formula. Okay, now it looks really complicated. I'm going to show you how you can just type it in your calculator and it'll outspit you an answer. Okay?
Henning,
What?
can you move the camera over more? Thank you.
Listening. Hey. No. Yep, that's what it is. Yep. Okay, so the one thing that I would say to take away from today is labeling. Okay, so the labeling is kind of important. So we label these all x1, y1. Okay, and I don't even want to necessarily say x, and so we got x and y, x and y, x and y. Technically, they should be labeled x1, y1, x2, y2, but when you're working with different points, you can't really say that. Okay, so when we go from A to B, okay, our A's then are going to be the 1s and the B's is going to be the 2s because the A comes first and the B comes second. So when we set this up in our formula, we're going to have a square root of, and we got x2 comes first, so that's going to be the B, so it's going to be 4 minus x1 is from the A squared plus y2, so that's going to be this 4 minus y1 is going to be from the A. Okay, so you always kind of, when you're doing the subtraction, it's going to be B minus A or C minus B, A minus C. Okay, and so you pick from the back one to the front. Okay, and then you can just type this all in your calculator just like this. Okay, so you can hit and do it right now. Hit your square root button on your calculator. You guys are gonna be a little bit.
I know
Okay,
it's
so, and then you can put parenthesis 4 minus 0, and there's a squared button, plus that 4 minus 1 squared. Yeah, go get one. Nope. Square root.
Oh, yeah, no. Alright, so square root's gonna always be 3.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry for the interruption. At this time, we need those students who received a white pass that are attending the health services over at the Career Center. If you received a white pass this morning, you should be in the cafeteria at this time.
Okay, so what'd you get for a length of AB? 5.
13.
You got 13, you're wrong.
What did I do?
Make sure you have a squared on both of yours.
Make that health services for next year.
Let me see.
On my calculator. Can you see the numbers?
Yeah, go over. Hit enter.
And I got the answer. I got 13.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with yours. The only other thing I would say, on your phone, you can download the Desmo Scientific Calculator app,
Uh-huh.
and that works great.
Okay.
Your calculator sucks. I'll bring you one if you want me to, though, if you hate the Desmos.
Great.
Okay, so BC, we're going to do the same thing. So you're going to say square root. Okay, square root. And we start with the C first. Okay, and so we say C for x2. Okay, so C is going to be the x, so 7 minus the bx. So that's going to be 4 squared plus, now we do the y's for C, which is 0 minus 4 squared.
I got 5.
3.
Okay, you know on your calculators you can just hit the up button and not have to retype everything.
4.
Did you find it, Jonathan?
Yeah, it's downloading.
Okay, make sure it's the scientific one though, not the graphing.
It is.
Okay. Well, how did I get a 7?
It's also
Oh no, that's right, 7. 7 minus 4, 0 minus 4. What'd you guys get?
5.
I did not get 5. Oh, it should be a 0. Okay.
Yeah, it's
5. Good. So right now we know that AB is 5, BC is 5.
It's going to be an isosceles.
But can you actually say that's going to be an isosceles or not?
No, we haven't even done the third.
You have to do the third one because maybe it's an equilateral. Maybe it's an isosceles, but maybe it's an equilateral. And so unfortunately, we know it's definitely not what?
Scaling.
A scalene. Okay, and so you can kind of eliminate a little bit of stuff. So CA. Okay, so CA, we got square root. We start with the A, so we got 0 minus, the C for the X is 7 squared plus, now we do the Y, so we got A is going to be 1 minus 0
1.
squared.
1 squared is 1. The square root of 1 is 1.
Which one? Yeah, that's right. That's okay.
I got a.
You should have got something weird.
I got a 7.07160678. Well,
I got 50.
That's too much, really.
I bet it's gonna be 5.
Is this a valid answer?
What'd you guys get?
I got 5 and then
Square root of 2. 5 square root of 2. So there's a button that says S to D on your calculator. What that means is standard to decimal. So if you don't like that weird funky looking number, you can turn it into a decimal. About what it is as a decimal.
7.07.
7.07 we could say. Okay, all of this is irrelevant because your final answer should be just a word. And so what type of triangle is this?
And us.
Isosceles, okay? So somewhere pretty big, you need to write an I and circle it. The math is great, whatever, cool, but the I or S or E is what is your actual answer. Okay, so I could care less if you wrote 5 square root of 2 or 7.07. It's irrelevant. It's an isosceles is the answer. Okay?